resilient. That's how you can describe farmland values in 2024. While there were some signs of a slowdown at the end of the year, farmland prices continued to post records in some places last year. But what maybe was even more surprising were the rates some solar companies were willing to pay farmers to lease their ground for solar projects. And as we showed you in July, the push for more solar energy projects across the U.S. started to intersect with agriculture as farmland has become a key target for projects in the Midwest. And that created some eye-popping rates. Lush green fields, corn already pollinating across the U.S. A mid-season checkup on corn shows the potential for a monster crop. And even with crumbling commodity prices, land values are actually holding steady.
Buyer demand is still very strong. There's a huge appetite for agriculture land, whether that's from farmer operators or whether that's from investors. And so those are the factors when you're looking at it from the landowner's perspective that are going to help sustain values.
Farmers National Company's real estate division covers 29 states. Paul Shadig, Senior VP of Real Estate, says demand remains strong, but there's also less land coming up for sale.
Across the industry, we're finding that there's anywhere from 20 to 25% less land listings available.
Land values may have plateaued for now, but Shadig warns if corn prices remain below $4, a decline in land values could be on the horizon next year.
We're kind of almost at a tipping point. I think we could see that land market retract pretty significant. First, we're going to see it in less demand.
More than commodity prices, higher interest rates, and the pain from inflation is also working against land values right now. But one area that's beefing up competition is the growth of solar leasing on farmland. Todd Jansen is an ag lawyer based in Indiana. He says solar leasing started in the Hoosier State 5 years ago, but today it's gaining traction and some controversy.
One of the common themes is that these are really long-term leases. So farmers are used to 1 to maybe 5-year cash rent leases, and these are 20, 30, 40 years. So they're really a generational decision that needs to be made.
Jansen has looked at numerous leasing contracts for landowners, and the rates are all over the board.
The lowest I've ever seen is $500 an acre, and that was really low. It's normally, I would say, anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 in that range per acre per year over the life of 20 plus years.
Purdue University's latest Ag Economy Barometer showed 16% of respondents say they discussed leasing farmland for solar energy within the last 6 months. And as for rates, 69% said the rates they were offered was $1,000 per acre or more, up from 27% who responded that way a year prior. And 27% of respondents in the latest barometer say they were offered a rate of $1,500 per acre or more. But in Illinois, farmers are reporting eye-popping offers. One farmer near Morton, Illinois, sent us this unsolicited letter that he received. The company offered a rate of $3,200 to $4,500 per acre, plus another $1,000 if the farmer signed a letter of intent, along with $3,000 upon signing the cash lease. The push for solar on farmland is creating attractive prices for farmland owners across the U.S., but at anywhere from $500 to $4,000 per acre, it's also causing concern about what it could do to cash rents and land values in those areas.
I think that's one of the surprises is that we used to see it was a lot of landowners who weren't really in farming anymore. But anymore, we also see a lot of farmers who just think, let's take 100 acres and put it into solar so that we can diversify our income stream.
There's no doubt the push to find farmland for solar could be a game changer. Some for the better, but others for the worse. But for now, one thing is apparent, the race is on.
I had an industry expert say, within the next 3 to 5 years, if it's going to be leased, it's going to be leased. If it's not, it's not. And if incentives don't stay in the market, it'll get stopped dead in its tracks. So that'll be the big player there.
Well, one outbreak that shook up the livestock industry here in the U.S. as well as around the globe is avian flu. We'll take a look at that story next.